Commander Vex-Thala of the Skarron Collective had seen many species crumble before their hunting fleets. The massive reptilian being adjusted his neural interface, scanning the tactical display with predatory satisfaction. Today would be different though. Today, they would test these curious bipeds called humans. Status report, Navigator Crix, Vex-Thala hissed, his forked tongue tasting the recycled air of the command deck. Sir, we have successfully isolated the human transport vessel. One adult female, designation Captain Maya Torres, and one juvenile human. The child appears to be approximately 7 rotations old, Crix responded, his claws clicking against the console. Perfect. The Skarron had studied human behavioral patterns for months. Their research indicated that threatening offspring triggered the most entertaining responses. Vex-Thala's mandibles clicked in amusement. These mammals were so predictable. Open communication channels. Let us see how quickly they beg for mercy. The view screen flickered to life, revealing the bridge of the human cargo hauler. Captain Torres stood defiantly, her dark hair pulled back severely, brown eyes blazing with what the Skarron database classified as righteous anger. Behind her, a small human child with sandy hair and bright green eyes peered around the captain's legs. This is Captain Torres of the merchant vessel Stellar Dawn. State your intentions immediately. Vex-Thala's laugh rumbled through the communication system like grinding stone. Ah, Captain Torres. How delightfully direct. I am Commander Vex-Thala. Your vessel has been selected for recreational purposes. Uncle Tommy, the child whispered loudly, tugging on Torres' uniform. The lizard man looks mean. Torres placed a protective hand on the boy's shoulder. Tommy, go to the safe room. Now. But Aunt Maya, now, Thomas Rodriguez Kim. Vex-Thala watched this exchange with growing anticipation. The protective instincts were already activating. Excellent. Oh, please don't send the little one away, Captain. You see, we Skarron have particular, dietary preferences. Young meat tends to be more tender. The temperature on the human bridge seemed to drop several degrees. Torres' expression shifted from anger to something far more dangerous. Something that made Vex-Thala's scales ripple with unexpected unease. Tommy, sweetheart, Torres said, her voice unnaturally calm, remember what I taught you about the emergency protocols? The boy nodded solemnly. If the bad guys come, hide in the panic room and call Uncle Jake. That's right. Go do that now. As the child scampered off, Vex-Thala noticed something peculiar. Instead of the expected pleading or negotiation attempts, Captain Torres was methodically removing her civilian jacket. Beneath it, she wore what appeared to be a simple black undershirt. However, Vex-Thala's enhanced vision detected something that made his blood run cold: scars. Lots of them. Burn marks, blade wounds, projectile impacts. This human's torso looked like a roadmap of violence survived. Navigator Crix, Vex-Thala whispered, run a deeper background scan on this Torres female. Already in progress, Commander. Results incoming. Oh. Oh no. What is it? Sir, Captain Maya Torres, formerly Major Maya Torres, Terran Special Operations Division. Nickname, the Bogota Butcher. Combat missions, classified but numbered in the hundreds. Confirmed hostile eliminations, also classified, but estimated over 2,000. Sir, she's not a merchant captain. She's retired military. Vex-Thala felt his confidence wavering like smoke in a hurricane. Retired means inactive, yes? Soft civilian life? Negative, Commander. According to intercepted communications, she only took this job to spend more time with her nephew after his parents died in a mining accident. She's been, quote, going stir-crazy from boredom. The human woman was now stretching her shoulders, rolling her neck with audible pops that somehow carried menacingly through the communication array. When she looked directly into the camera, her smile was absolutely terrifying. You know what I find funny about bullies? Torres asked conversationally. They always pick on children because they're too cowardly to face real opposition. Tell me, Commander Lizard Brain, how many actual warriors has your species defeated? Or do you exclusively hunt helpless civilians? Vex-Thala's pride flared. We are apex predators. Our hunting prowess is legendary across 17 systems. Hunting, Torres repeated, chuckling darkly. You call it hunting when you threaten kids? Where I come from, we have an expression about that. We say even honey badgers know better than to mess with human children. What is this honey badger? Crix whispered. Vex-Thala was wondering the same thing, but he wasn't about to show weakness. Your threats amuse me, human. We outnumber you 50 to 1. 50? That's it? Torres shook her head in mock disappointment. I was hoping for a challenge. Tommy. The boy's voice echoed from the safe room. Yes, Aunt Maya? Did you reach Uncle Jake yet? Yes. He says the cavalry is 20 minutes out. Torres winked at the camera. Commander Scales, you have exactly 19 minutes to surrender and release us. After that, well, let's just say my brother-in-law doesn't share my restraint when it comes to people who threaten family. Something in her tone made Vex-Thala's tactical systems scream warnings he'd never heard before. 18 minutes, Commander, Torres announced cheerfully, examining her fingernails like she was discussing the weather. You might want to start evacuating your crew. Trust me on this one. Vex-Thala's tactical officer, Sub-Commander Krex, leaned forward nervously. Sir, long-range sensors are detecting something approaching. Fast. Really, really fast. Define fast, Vex-Thala growled, though his voice carried less conviction than before. 0.75 light speed and accelerating. Whatever it is, it's breaking every known physics law in our database. Torres laughed, a sound that somehow managed to be both musical and utterly terrifying. Oh, that'll be Jake. He gets cranky when people threaten his family. Fair warning, boys. He's not nearly as reasonable as I am. Impossible. Vex-Thala roared. No vessel can achieve such speeds. You really didn't do your homework, did you? Torres shook her head sadly. Let me educate you about humans, lizard face. We're the species that looked at impossible and said hold my beer. We turned physics into suggestions. We made black holes into power sources. And most importantly, we really don't like bullies. The proximity alarms began shrieking across the Skarron command deck. Krex's claws were practically embedded in his console. Commander. Multiple contacts. They're everywhere. The main view screen split to show tactical displays. What had been empty space moments before was now swarming with human vessels. Not just ships, but mobile defense platforms, fighter squadrons, and something that looked suspiciously like a weaponized asteroid. 16 vessels total, sir. No. Wait. 43. No, that can't be right. The sensors show 217 human craft now surrounding our position. Torres was grinning like a shark. Boys, meet the Terran Defense Corps, Outer Rim Division. They take family protection very seriously. A new voice crackled through the communication array, deep and gravelly. Maya, you okay? Tommy safe? We're fine, Jake. Just having a philosophical discussion about predator-prey relationships with some oversized geckos. Copy that. Gecko Squad, this is Admiral Jake Torres aboard the TDC Retribution. You have 30 seconds to power down weapons and prepare for boarding, or we turn you into space dust. Your choice. Vex-Thala's mandibles were chattering uncontrollably now. This wasn't hunting. This was being hunted. How did they mobilize so quickly? Oh, that's the beautiful thing about humans, Maya explained conversationally. We don't just protect our own kids. We protect all kids. Every human settlement, mining station, and cargo route has standing orders. Threaten a child anywhere, and you get the full attention of our entire military complex. The tactical display was now showing energy readings that defied comprehension. The human vessels weren't just armed, they were bristling with weapons technology that made Skarron plasma cannons look like primitive clubs. Commander, Krex whispered, the lead human vessel is charging some kind of weapon. Energy signature is, sir, its reading as equivalent to our entire fleet's combined firepower. Times 12. Surrender, Vex-Thala croaked. What was that? Admiral Torres' voice carried mock confusion. I couldn't quite hear you over the sound of my targeting systems locking onto your bridge. We surrender. Vex-Thala shrieked, his voice cracking like adolescent molt. Full unconditional surrender. Maya Torres clapped her hands together delightedly. Wonderful. See how easy that was? Jake, they're being cooperative now. Copy. All vessels, maintain firing solutions but hold fire. Maya, want us to take these comedians into custody? Actually, Maya said, her smile turning predatory again, I have a better idea. Commander Chicken Scales, you wanted to hunt humans, right? Well, congratulations. You found us. She turned to address the boy in the safe room. Tommy, sweetie, come out here. The bad guys decided to play nice. Little Tommy emerged, clutching a stuffed animal that looked remarkably like a honey badger. Aunt Maya, why do the lizard people look so scared? Well, sweetheart, they learned an important lesson today. They learned that humans might seem soft and squishy on the outside, but we're absolutely vicious when someone threatens our family. Vex-Thala watched in horror as more human vessels continued materializing. His sensors now counted over 400 craft, with more arriving every minute. The response to threatening one human child had mobilized what appeared to be half the human fleet. Admiral Torres, Vex-Thala managed, we acknowledge our error. We will depart immediately and never return to human space. Oh, that's cute, Jake's voice rumbled with dark amusement. But see, here's the thing about humans, Gecko boy. We hold grudges. And we really don't like it when someone makes our kids cry. Maya looked at Tommy. Did they make you cry, sweetheart? Tommy nodded solemnly. They said they wanted to eat me. That made me scared. The temperature in both bridges seemed to drop another 10 degrees. Well then, Maya said softly, I think these gentlemen need to learn about human educational programs. Jake, escort them to the nearest detention facility. Make sure they get enrolled in our cultural sensitivity courses. My pleasure, Maya. Gecko Squad, prepare to be boarded. Resistance will be met with educational consequences. As Skarron warriors began surrendering throughout the fleet, Vex-Thala finally understood. Humans weren't just another species to hunt. They were apex protectors, and threatening their young was the fastest way to discover why even the honey badgers knew better. The last thing he heard before human marines stormed his bridge was little Tommy's voice, innocent and cheerful. Aunt Maya, what's a honey badger? Maya's laughter followed him into unconsciousness. Oh sweetheart, that's a story for another day.